Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Are you wanting to know if we can hear you on
Is
Zoom,
that on?
Michelle?
Is that on?
Or
Hello,
Jill?
hello. 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 I call your name, but you're not there. Oh, yeah. Check. He's wonderful.
Testing, testing. Test 1, 2, 3, test 1, 2, 3. So why is it not? I don't know. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Dick. How are you today? Nope. It's not on. There we go. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, was that a bit better? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's better.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Shelley, can you hear me? Thank you.
You have to turn yours down. I turn this down then. Is that better? I turn mine all the way down. Okay. It's it's clean. It's not too loud. So that's. Testing right. Testing. Ta-ta. Okay, sure. As long as I hear you.
Whoops. Hello. The dentist, yuck. I shouldn't say that if there's any dentists in the room. You are much loved and cared for. Just, oops. Well, good morning, everyone. It's 10:30 already. How did that happen? This morning just went by in a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye, in a blink of an eye. So we'll just get everybody settled in. We're lucky to have our amazing musicians Checo with us this morning, and Michelle is going to be accompanying, so thank you. Oh, I don't know.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Oh, good morning. Hi, Leslie. Do you mind,
Camera off. No.
and can you mute yourself, Leslie, on Zoom there for us, please? Thanks. The joys of learning new things all the time and jumping in. So welcome, everyone. So this morning we have Checo going to start us off, and Michelle's going to accompany. Oh, yay, I know, so exciting. So we'll just dive right into it.
Doesn't seem okay. And please sing along. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord.
And as we come together in one accord in the breath, taking a moment to settle in wherever we are, knowing whatever's happened up to this moment has been perfect. It has unfolded, and there's always a gift in life. So today I know that there's one life, one love, one universal divine mind, and that divine mind is operating right here, right now, in and through each person, in through our people on Zoom, in through our new practitioners, and our practitioners have been serving us for many years. So today is a day of love and joy and peace and harmony, in that place of understanding that we're all doing the best that we can as God is talking to us. So we take this time and acknowledge and pay our respects to that we are settlers here on this Coast Salish Peoples territories of Semiahmoo, Katsi, Coquitlam, Kequiat, Tsawwassen, Tsawwassen First Nations, and Wasanich. Know that this is just a portion of the people who have been stewards of this land for time immemorial. So we acknowledge this and understand that we're working towards reconciliation and to develop a harmony into this life as we forge ahead, as we create a more compassionate society. At CSL White Rock, we have a vision of a loving, vibrant world that works for all. And our teaching here is based on the science of mind. And it is a philosophy, it is a way of life, it is a faith. And here we focus on that there is one life, one love, one universal divine mind. It is the source of all things. And that each of us are here as having this human experience as spirit. And nothing outside of us needs to change for us to be happy. And we're here to walk each other home in spiritual community. So knowing that this time will unfold in perfection today in love and grace and joy, I let these words flow into that law of mind that always says yes. I let it be, I let it go, and so it is.
We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one life, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together now in one accord.
Beautiful. Wow, thank you. What a way to get into the zone. So this morning we had in-person meditation, and for the first time we also had meditation online with our new practitioners, Pamela and Catherine. So if people on Zoom, or if you're here in the room right now and you need to one time not be able to be here and you want to join on Zoom, you can join in for meditation at 10 a.m. So both of these lovely ladies, practitioners, are here to serve you. And also, if you would like prayer at any time, they'll just send them a message in the chat on Zoom, and they'll be available to pray with you. And also, on Wednesday, September 25th, we're going to do a meet and greet these lovely online practitioners, Catherine and Pamela. So join me as I interview them and get them to know the community, and you get to know them. So now I'd like to invite up our past board president, a very active member of our community, Ms. Janet Pope.
I feel like I should be singing or something, but I'm not. Can you hear me okay? So thank you, everybody, for being here today and taking your time on a Sunday morning to be with us. And welcome if you are new. And we have a welcome package that is available from Teresa. Can you put up your hand? She will take care of giving you a welcome package if you would like one as a new member, new guest, to find out more about us. So, and also we welcome our beloved online community. We know you're out there on YouTube and on Zoom, and it's lovely to have you along too. So, some announcements. A big thank you to everybody who came to Linda's concert last Sunday after service. We had a great time. We had 25 people here, and she enjoyed herself, and so did we. And our wonderful Penny, who couldn't make it here today because her car is not helping her right now, was able to bring baking to sell, and she also did a 50-50 draw. So we actually made some money for the center. The tickets were $25, so we made $6.25. We had an arrangement with Linda, who was singing, Linda Kidder, that we would split that with her. And after that, so our take was $312.50. And by the way, these numbers are from our wonderful past treasurer. It's lovely to have people who handle numbers well. We made $100 at the 50-50 draw, and then $135 from Penny's Baking. And so we were able to put in an extra $547.50 in the bank. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, it was lovely. And it wasn't a lot of work. One of the things about doing fundraisers, this can be a lot of work. So it was a lovely way to do a smaller event that just helps the bottom line. Okay, and as Reverend Tamara mentioned, the online community now can be at meditation online on Zoom. Sorry, is it on Zoom? Yes, okay. And the new practitioners, Pamela and Catherine, are going to be facilitating that in the future, today and in the future. And then we have it, I think Reverend Tamara mentioned this, but on this Wednesday, if people want to meet these ladies, they're going to be online at 11 a.m. To just introduce themselves and for us to get to know them and vice versa. And they will be available as well to our online community for prayer, meditation, and practitioner sessions. So that's perfect. It's another element we were missing. Yeah. So this week is our morning sacred circle with practitioners Diane and Jill on Thursday the 26th from 10:30 to 11:30. It's always the third Thursday in the month, right? Something like that, yeah. The morning one, yeah, that's right. This is the morning one. There is an evening one, but that's already passed this month. So please register online so that you get the Zoom link. Next Sunday, in preparation for the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, we're inviting you to wear orange, or orange shirt or something orange, just to recognize that day and the concept of every child matters and honor the thousands of survivors of the residential schools. So next Sunday we would all love it if we can have orange showing everywhere. And all of our upcoming courses, the meditation schedule. Oh, and I just need to mention that the Wednesday evening meditation is suspended for now. We're just having a morning meditation on a Tuesday for now, and we'll let you know when that changes or if that changes. And all the Zoom links and information are on our website. And that is it. Everything, if you missed any details, is on the board here in person and the website if you're online. And I'd love to invite Practitioner Jill up to lead us in meditation now. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Good morning. Good morning, lovely people. And it's lovely to be here with you again. Thank you for being here with us. And hello, beautiful online community. Today, this week's theme is Imagine Peace. And so I'm going to read a simple prayer, and it's actually it's a traditional prayer, and it's on peace. And it's actually, originally we thought that it was attributed to Saint Francis Assisi. I don't know how to say that. Diane Assisi, thank you. But apparently the peace prayer actually wasn't written by the saint. However, it's a beautiful prayer, and I'd like to share that with you. So, my dear people, if you'd like to just take this moment and take a beautiful breath, deep breath in, and just feel that beautiful life force that is ever present within each one of you, and release it when you are comfortable. Settling into your chair, breathing with ease and peace, and letting go of all of what's come before us and any plans that you may have ahead, and just be present in this very precious moment. This precious moment of peace that is at the center of your being. Divine Spirit, I am an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, I sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Know that I am here on the planet not to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in the giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in living a life of peace and love now that we experience eternal life now and forevermore. Peace be with you. Namaste. And I welcome back the wonderful Checo.
Good morning, everyone. I would like for you to sing along with me. Go like something like this. I see trees of green and red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I. What a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. The colors of a rainbow are so
Just
pretty
please
in the
record 'em.
sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying that I hear babies crying, then I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever know if I think to myself, the colors of a rainbow are so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying that I hear babies cry, then I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I ever know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Think to myself, what a wonderful world.
So beautiful. Thank you, Checo. My goodness. Well, good morning, everyone. Let's see if I fix this a little. Don't want to drop my computer. That would be bad. So lovely to see everyone. If there's anybody new, I'm Reverend Tamara, and I'm so thrilled to be here this morning and speaking with you all. And, you know, it's just one of those days. We've had such a little rough start this morning, getting our sound and everything going, but I think we're doing okay. I'm hoping everybody on Zoom can hear us today. And Kelly says yes, yay, so that is so good. And today is also the fall equinox. Yeah, so the fall equinox occurs in September each year, making the end of summer and the beginning of autumn. Because the Earth is tilted on its axis, the sun illuminates the northern or southern hemisphere more, depending on where the Earth is in orbit, obviously. But at 2 points in the year, the sun will illuminate the northern and the southern hemispheres equally, and those are our equinoxes. So that is today. And then yesterday was the International Day of Peace. So at noon, all around the world, and every time zone, people were praying for peace and meditating on peace. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing to witness yesterday. And I've been fortunate. I know there's a lot going on in the world, and praying a peace on November 4th, which is the U.S. election. I have been asked to lead, 5th, sorry, thank you. I've been asked by my mentor in Phoenix to lead meditation on priest. I'm not a priest, on peace. Just because they know there's going to be a lot going on in the U.S. at that time. So if any of you want to jump in between 4 and 7 and help spread that peace out into the world, it is a fabulous thing to do. So I'll give you more information on that coming up. So today my talk is Imagine Peace. Last week we talked about inner peace, getting into that place where we can keep ourselves calm by watching our words, what we're saying, and really being aware. And I wanted to expand on that again. And what came to me when I was writing my talk this week was, Michelle will probably know this and a few others, we used to always start our Sunday service with, "Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me." Right? Let it begin with me. Forever and ever, amen. And that is the peace of peace that is important, because again, as we start doing our inner work and we work through things ourselves, that again ripples out. I feel like this talk is almost going to mirror my talk that I did last week, but I think it's really important for us to pay attention to. Pay attention to what's going on in our own lives and where it can begin with me. There was a story I was reading in a book of Buddhist stories, and there was 2 families, and one family was really peaceful. They had lived really harmoniously lives. They always seemed to get along, and the house next door, it was a little different story. They were always fighting. There was arguing going on, yelling, screaming. Nothing ever seemed to go right in that household. So finally, one day, the father came up and knocked on the door. The father from the non-peaceful house knocked on the door of the peaceful house and said, what do you do? How do you manage to live so peacefully with your family, with your children? And the father said, I don't know, we just live our lives in a way. And he goes, but I don't understand, because you live so peacefully, and you've heard the arguments on my side of the fence. You know that it's not going so well over here. So there's got to be something. And so the one father looked at the other father and said, well, the only thing I can think of is that we all look at ourselves as being perfectly imperfect. So if something happens in the household, rather than blaming the other person, we take responsibility. Does that sound a little bit like Science of Mind? Yeah. We take responsibility for that. So the other day, one of my sons had a tea cup, and he put it close to the edge of the table. The younger brother came by and knocked it. He was being rambunctious and knocked it, and it went all over himself. So the older brother started to go, what the heck are you doing? Settle down. And then he went, I'm sorry. Did you get burned? Are you okay? I'm sorry I put that cup close to the edge, that it was a bit, that you knocked over. I knew you were playing around. And so that kept the peace in the house. So it is when we can take, I'll use my own situation, when I can take responsibility rather than pointing a finger out. And I can, what is that saying? There's when you do this, there's when you're pointing at somebody, there's still 4 fingers pointing back at you, or 3, I guess. And that's the thing, is when I can take responsibility for what's happening in my life, I can then remain a little bit more peaceful. I just thought that was a beautiful story about how easy it is to point the finger rather than take that breath and go, Okay, maybe I could have done something differently. Maybe I could respond a different way. Maybe there's something else calling to be said rather than, you should have been better. Right? Nobody wants to hear that. As I said last week, my husband never likes to hear that when I tell him how to drive. Like, right? So it's that piece of knowing that each of us are doing the best that we can. And I forget that sometimes. I get caught up in the moment and I get triggered and I'm like, and something wants to fall out of my mouth where that's not kind, it's not gentle, it's not compassionate. So rewind myself and take that breath and start to become really aware of what I'm saying. Right? And that's what Reverend Michelle talked about when she was here a few weeks ago, about we have to be a guardian of our thoughts. We have to consider what we're saying at all times. Because if we're not, things can go astray. And if we have faith in this teaching, if we have faith in this philosophy, then we know that our thoughts become things. We know that life is an outpicturing of what is going on in here. If you have a cluttered room, you may have a cluttered mind. And that's not to make anybody wrong, because please don't walk into my office at any time. Right? But it's that piece when we can clear away the clutter. So there was a yoga master who has 4 simple ways of clearing your mind that I thought were worth repeating. He said, because the awareness of our thoughts are important. So the first thing, he has these 4 simple rules. The first one is say what you mean and mean what you say. Now, we take that first part, say what you mean. How often do we maybe get an invitation? How often do I get an invitation? And I may, I can't come today because, I think I have to go play something, or like I'll make an excuse, right? I won't be truthful. I'll just do that little white lie, right? Because I don't want to hurt the other person. I don't want to be that person that is responding in an unkind way. But what happens when I tell that little white lie? Who do I hurt? Right. I hurt my integrity. I hurt myself. So it's not giving those excuses. It's learning to be more honest in my communication. And then the other part of it is say what you mean and mean what you say. And the one that comes to mind right away is that, and I can look at somebody here in this room and say, yes, I'll give you a call. I will do it. I think she knows who she is. And I haven't done it. Why not? Well, I get busy and I make an excuse or something will happen and I know it's going to benefit me. And yet I get caught up in procrastination or I do something. So then why do I say it? Why don't I just say, you know what, I will call you on Wednesday at 3:00. Or say, I will call you as soon as I can make the time. Or if I find that I'm forgetting, even ask for help. Would you mind calling me? Because I've been wanting to call you and wanting to talk to you, but it hasn't happened yet. And it is important to me. Right? So it's engaging the other people too in that way. So then I'm saying what I mean and I'm meaning what I say. So the other one, number 2, is don't say something to someone else that you can't say to everyone. Don't say something to someone else that you can't say to everyone. So what is the word that comes to mind when we think about that? Gossip, yes, right? Because then when we're gossiping, we're creating that negative energy. And is that peaceful? No, right? And it causes, again, we're hurting ourselves, even though we just think we're engaging in a little bit of drama and, oh my goodness, it's so juicy and it's, like, oh, I can't believe what happened now. And you get a little zing. And yet again, it goes back to, am I being kind? Am I being thoughtful? Am I being compassionate? Oh, and this third one. Don't say something inside what you wouldn't say on the outside. So does anybody here have a little bit of self-condemnation sometimes? Maybe, get that 2x4 and hit yourself over, back. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? Or, I'm not valued, I'm not loved, or I'm not worthy. And guess what? It's so not true. Would Spirit say to you that you're not worthy? No. Spirit loves you exactly how you are, because that is how you're expressing Spirit in this human form. So having that self-compassion, having that peace of yourself that you're like, okay, I can love myself today. Yes, I maybe made a misstep. I won't say a mistake. I made a misstep, but I'm at choice. I can go back and I can shift it. I can ask for forgiveness. I can do better next time, because really at the end of the day, I'm always trying to do the best that I can. And sometimes I mess up. Sometimes I mess up. And then the last one is, don't say it if it's not true, helpful, or kind. The invitation is to be conscious and to lean into living our life courageously, resiliently, right? So it's leaning in to be conscious about those thoughts. We have to be a gardener and pull out those weeds of our brain that we're thinking, get those nasty dandelions out of there, and replace them with those positive thoughts. So those are 4 things to try and work on incorporating in your life. I won't say try, because there is, as we all know, Yoda says, there is no try. There is only do or do not. But how do we do these things too, that we move into this space? And what it comes down to, again, is that we're doing our substantial spiritual practice. Right? There's a difference. Yes, I do my spiritual practice. I go to yoga on Monday. I take time to meditate Tuesday morning at 8. And then the rest of the day, I kind of go about my way and don't maybe do as many things as I like. But when I'm doing a substantial practice, then I'm committed to my spirituality. I'm committed to my practice. I'm committed to prayer. I'm committed to meditation. I'm committed to listening to inspiring talks or podcasts and learning or reading. Maybe it's journaling. Whatever it is for you, it's about taking time to commit to that. Because that's where we need to, well, we don't need to do anything. I don't like to use those words, that we need anything, because really everything is a choice. And it's up to us how we want to move through it. So, but having a substantial spiritual practice, that's when we can let go of things. We can let go of all the shoulda, woulda, coulda, and step into, I choose to. And somebody told me about, because we were talking about, well, there's things that you have to do every day. And I'm like, well, is there? He goes, well, yeah, I have to clean my toilet bowl every day. And I'm like, well, do you? Well, but it would be gross and yucky if I didn't. Well, yeah, but would that matter maybe to somebody else? And she said, oh, well, maybe not. So again, it goes back to, we don't want to shame ourselves into saying, I have to do this, but I choose to do this, or I get to do this. I think it was Mel Robbins this week said, there was a little meme on Facebook about how she was listening to a podcast and there was a guy waiting in this huge line at the subway and he was getting really cranky, and then he went, oh, you know what? I get to stand here in line. I get to choose to be here and go to work today. And it just shifted. So, right, it's rather than, oh my goodness, I have to do this, it's like, oh, I get to do this. I get to be here. I get to come on Sunday morning and listen to our wonderful Checo and Michelle and Diane's, Jill's meditation. They all blend into one, sorry. Right? And we get to choose to be in those moments and to do those things. So if we have, it is about building that resilience, building that place of love and joy within us. And that's where we want to go. Dr. Holmes said, "The peace that conquers," he said this from Sunday, November 7th, 1954. "We want peace on earth. So let us pray for peace in our own hearts. Let us affirm peace in our own minds. Let us live as though peace were the mandate of God, because it is." Right? So when we're choosing to do those practices, this is what we're choosing to do. We're choosing to let peace be the mandate of our lives, and allowing us to step into it and let go. Because at the end of the day, what is it that we really want? What does anybody want at the end of the day? Peace, love, maybe some joy, some fun, right? Those things are all important. So it's stepping into that we can live that way every day if we can get out of our own way. Or if I can get out of my own way. I won't put that on you, everyone here. And it's also letting go of having to prove ourselves to anybody else. Does anybody here have that complex? Well, I don't know. Am I worthy? Am I lovable? Am I thinking of this? As I said it earlier, right? We all are those things. And we sometimes will take that stick and beat ourselves up and not be in that moment of, yes, I am doing the best that I can right here, right now, and I want to be peace expressed in this world. So if you were thinking of peace in your life right now, let's take a moment. Close your eyes if you're willing. And just think, what would peace be to you right here, right now? What would it feel like? What kind of place would you be? What sense would you have of it? Are you all there in that peaceful place? I see some smiles and nods. So now, what is one thing you think you could do this week to create a little more peace in your life? Now I invite you to maybe turn to a neighbor and share what is one thing that you'd like to do to create a little more peace in your life today or this week coming up, or whoever's close to you. And on Zoom, please put it in the chat for us. Hopefully you're on Zoom can get something in there. Right? Do you feel the difference in the room? The energy? Hopefully on Zoom too, sorry you can't hear us all chatting away. But good. I love that there's some chat going on Zoom. So Mother Teresa said, if we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. We have forgotten that we belong to each other. Right? Mother Teresa. Beautiful, right? And that's this part of our spiritual community. We're here to walk each other home. It's our fourth tenet that we always talk about. So how do we show up for each other? How can I show up for you as your minister or as your spiritual director? How can our practitioners show up and support you and being the peace in the world that you want to be? That may be prayer, maybe a practitioner session. It may even be learning by taking a class or coming to one of the workshops. And the help is there. We are here for you. Right? We know the spiritual magnificence that each of you are. We'll remember that for you, no problem whatsoever. We can tap into that truth. Because sometimes those cobwebs get in the way. The cobwebs of the woulda, coulda, shoulda. And yet, let's just step into that resilience, into that power, into that place of connecting with our divinity. Because we all have it within us. It is there, that best friend within, that Jill likes to say. I think, well, that was a quote from Ernie to start. Oh my gosh, my mind, squirrel. I was just thinking of, speaking of Ernest Holmes, I just had a squirrel moment. Because on Facebook right now, our archives is selling off little Ernest Holmes cutouts that we could have Ernest Holmes standing a little 1 foot, 2 foot. I've already had one person say, I'll donate to get you one of those. So I've got to talk to the treasurer about that and see if we can do. But how fun would that be to know? Because that reminder of him standing there, and he has so many powerful words. We're so enjoying the class that we're in, the Essential Ernest Holmes right now, and tapping into his writing. So, sorry, I'll go back to peace now, because that was my little fun moment, squirrel idea. That's how my brain works some days, and sometimes I just got to get it out. So, again, moving back into that place of gardening our thoughts all the time, being a guardian and being aware of what we're thinking, not thinking those things about ourselves, not gossiping, saying what we mean what we say, and moving into being that place of peace for others, to listening to others, to be there, to support each other as we walk this path. So there's a story of a samurai. He was a big, burly, rough samurai, and he went to see a monk who was very small of stature. And monk, he said, "Teach me something about heaven and hell." And the monk looked at this mighty warrior and replied with the utmost disdain, "Teach you something about heaven and hell? Are you crazy? You're dirty. You smell bad. Your sword is rusty. You are a disgrace to the lineage of the samurai. Get out of here now." So the samurai became enraged, and he trembled, and his face reddened, and with anger, he withdrew his sword, and he was about to strike the monk and ready to kill him. And the monk goes softly, "That is hell." And the samurai paused, and he shuddered at the thought of compassion and submission of this little man who had risked his life to show him hell. Slowly, he lowered his sword, full of gratitude and peace. And the monk said, "And that is heaven." That was retold by Ram Dass in his book, How Can I Help? So if we go back to let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me, let's end with a story, a prayer of peace that Ernest Holmes wrote. As I pull it up here. This is a prayer for world peace by Dr. Ernest Holmes. "I know there is but one mind, which is the mind of God, in which all people live and move and have their being. I know there is a divine pattern for humanity, and within this pattern there is an infinite harmony, peace, and cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness. I know that the mind of each person, being one with the mind of God, shall discover the method, the way, and the means best fitted to permit the flow of divine love between individuals and nations. I know there shall be a free interchange of ideas, of cultures, of spiritual concepts, of ethics, of educational systems, and scientific discoveries, for all good belongs to all alike. I know that because the divine mind has created us all, we are bound together in one infinite and perfect unity. In bringing about world peace, I know that all people in all nations will remain individual but unified for the common purpose of promoting peace, happiness, harmony, and prosperity. I know that deep within every person, the divine pattern of perfect peace is already implanted. I now declare that each person and in leaders of thought everywhere, this divine pattern moves into action and form to the end that all nations and all people shall live together in peace, harmony, and prosperity forever. And so it is now. And so it is. Right? He knows that every person has that divine pattern of perfect peace is already implanted. So this week I encourage you to create a little more peace in your world, whatever it may be, whatever that thing you shared with the other person, may that you speak your word and that you mean it. So ends the lesson, and so it is. Amen. And I get to welcome back Checo. We got him trapped there in the cord of wires and
Okay. Wasn't that a beautiful? Give her a hand. Come on. This gentleman, he asked me, he said he had a dream about me. And I said, you had a dream about me? He said, I dreamt that you with Marvin Gaye, and which I were with Marvin Gaye. It was kind of interesting because last night I was playing in West Vancouver, and there was a gentleman there from England, and he said, I saw you in 1980 at the Royal Albert Hall with Marvin. I go, that's right. We did 2 shows. He was there, and he was visiting here, and it was on his 30th anniversary. And he saw that. So he asked me, could I do something by Marvin Gaye? I'm going to do a song that Marvin did, and it's about love. It's and spiritual. You go. Don't go and talk about my father. God is my friend. He made this world for us to live in, and he gave us everything. And all he asks of us is we give each other love. Isn't that beautiful? Woo! Whoa! gave us everything, and all He asked of us if we give each other love. Don't go and talk about my Father. God is my friend. He made this world for us to live in, and He gave us everything. Woo! And all He asks of us if we give each other love. He said this: love your mother, she bore you. Love your father, he been good to you. Love your sister, your brother, your neighbor. Don't go and talk about my Father. God is my friend. Woo! And all He asks of us if we give each other love and peace and harmony. Woo, woo, woo. Mahalo. You're welcome. That's okay.
So, Checo, where are you playing? Are you anywhere that we can see?
Oh, yes, I played last night. Matter of fact, but I'll be playing next Sunday at the restaurant that I met you.
Oh, the one in Fort Langley. There's a little Italian restaurant in Fort Langley.
That's
Right
right.
behind Wendell's book store.
That's right.
Ah.
I'm playing there from 6 to 9. So if you want to come hear some sweet soul and
Yeah.
Motown and all that.
And some wonderful Italian food.
Yes, really good.
It's good.
Authentic Italian.
Authentic Italian. There we go. Am I on there, Michelle? Yes. All right. Well, thank you.
Mahalo.
The name of the restaurant?
I know what it means. It said, come and eat and leave quick.
Come and eat.
But don't forget to pay. That's it's an Italian.
That's a really long name for a restaurant.
Well, yeah, but they do it in it's Italian. That's what it means.
Oh my gosh, that's what it means. That's so funny. I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, thank you for being here with us today. It's
Mahalo.
fabulous
Thank
to have you
Thank
back.
Thank you.
So exciting. So as we take this time now, as we participate in gratitude, our gratitude for having our musicians, all our volunteers, gratitude for being here on this beautiful Sunday together. You know, just is so blessed in so many ways to come together. And I don't know if you all know this, but in November, we're going to have been, CSL White Rock will have been in existence for 30 years. Yeah, 30 years. And we have weathered a few storms and ups and downs and bumps, and it was Reverend Noli Hartwell who originally started this center. And yeah, we're so grateful that we're still here. And I was just at a minister's conference for 2 days. It was all on Zoom. And, you know, we're doing well here with our little group. We are one of the centers that are having this size gathering where not a lot of the other centers are. So, you know, little old White Rock, even though it's just this little corner of our province, we're doing very well. So I'm just so thankful for all of your support that we continue to do. So more details to come, because I think we're going to have a birthday party. I think we need a birthday party, right? Yes, we do. All right. Well, this is our time that we ask everyone to participate in that law of circulation. And if you have a gift to give us today, we'll pass the baskets now. I think I'm off order here, but anyways, there we go. Yes, I will say some other things. As we're, anyways, there we go. We'll say our affirmation in a moment. We'll just let everybody get settled here and do this. Sorry, Michelle, I did the order wrong today. You can sing a little bit, and then I'll say something after. How's that?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, sing.
She was teaching you guys, I am blessed, but the original song is We Are Blessed.
Ah, we are blessed. Okay.
So we changed it.
Perfect.
Because we're all blessed.
We are all
We're all
blessed,
blessed.
yes.
And that's one of my Aunt Lily from New Orleans' favorite songs. So now listen.
Here we go. We are blessed. We are blessed. Every day of our life.
We are blessed, 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 blessed.
When we wake up in the morning or lay our heads to rest,
We are blessed. We are blessed.
we are blessed.
We are blessed.
Every day of our lives,
We are blessed, 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 blessed. When we wake up in the morning
or lay our heads to rest,
we are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed.
every day of our lives,
We are blessed, 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 blessed.
when we
Wake up in the morning,
or lay our heads to rest,
we are blessed.
we are blessed.
We are blessed. We are blessed. Every day of our lives, we are blessed, 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 blessed. When we wake up in the morning or lay our heads to rest, we are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed.
Jingle, Jill. Jill, you want to come up? So let's take a moment now and be grateful. So I encourage you to place your hand on your heart and know a specific good for yourself today, knowing that you are blessed. And maybe know a specific good for this world today, knowing we are blessed. And here at CSL White Rock, I know we are blessed with these gifts, with the joy that these gifts were given. And knowing that this support helps us to continue on past our 30 years. And I know that each person here, their gift that they've given today and maybe monthly, however it is done, in time, treasure, or talent, is so appreciated. It is with great love and joy I say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I let these words go out into that world of that law of mind and know that I'm grateful. I let it be, I let it go, and ask you in joining me in saying, and so it is. Thank you. And we have two lovely practitioners here today, Diane and Jill in person and online. We have Pamela, Catherine, and I think Georgia's online as well. But if you would like to experience prayer, please come and see one of our practitioners. For sure, they would be happy to do that with you. Yes? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's say Nancy's got it up, good. Let's say our prosperity affirmation together. I live in the universe of abundance as I freely and joyfully give. I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me, multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is. And I think that is it. We have, oh no, there's one more thing. Ha ha ha. Imagine that. Something. How about we get everybody to stand up and say our last affirmation together? And I think Nancy fixed the word for me today, so it's so good.
It's blank.
The blank word, we're going to use peace today. All right, so let's repeat together. Something wonderful is happening in me right now. It's this thing called life. It's this thing called love. It's this thing called peace. I know it, I feel it, I express it, I am it, and so it is. And I welcome back Checo and Michelle. Thank you.
Release and let go, right? Give it go.
Yeah. And we're changing up the song. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I'll see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I'll see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I'll see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Woo! Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you, all our Zoom people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay and have, I think we have coffee and treats, have a little chat, connect with everybody, and we'll see you all soon. Next week, we have practitioner Liv going to be doing the talk. Yeah. We're switching it up.